What's going on, YouTube? Bad Influence RC back out here, and today I'm going to be upgrading the steering on my two rock buggies, and I'm going to be using the Injora S11 steering servo. So the reason why I'm deciding to go ahead and upgrade from these Emax servos, one, now that I'm on the larger tires on both of these, they're not that strong for the steering whenever I'm on obstacles now. So that's one reason. Another is, not long after installing the Emax on my son's, played with it for about an hour or so, and it ended up burning out. There's no more steering for it. It was very disheartening for him because he was having a lot of fun playing with it that day. So while he's at school and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and get these upgraded. That way, whenever he's back at my house, he can have some fun with his buggy again. So stick with me. It's going to be a simple little swap out. The new servo comes with, if you get the kit, it's the Injora S11 Steering servo. It's a coreless servo. It comes with the servo horn, as well as a new mounting bracket for the axle. So I'm going to jump right into it. I'm only going to show you all the install on one of them. I'm going to start with, I guess, his, since it's the one that's burnt out. And then I'll move over and get mine done as well. But again, I'm only going to show the install on one of the rigs because it's going to be exactly the same on the other one. So stay tuned and here we go. All right, so for this install, you're just going to need a set of tools for the RC vehicles, the 0.05, 0.15, little screw setup. This one I got off of Amazon for like 15 bucks. It's worked out great so far. But again, I got the servo here. It's a really good looking servo. I like the way they did the engraving on it and stuff. So I'm going to get these opened up, kind of get everything set up in place, and start working on getting this Emax out of here. As you can see, it's pretty bound up. It takes a lot of force to get it to turn now. So something inside there definitely wasn't happy and let go. Once we get all that done, I'll test it out, see how it goes as far as the turning. Before I swap out the one on my rig, I can put them side by side and see if there's any real difference as far as turning speed or anything like that. But it's definitely going to be a really, really good upgrade compared to the Emax. I know there's better steering servos out there. I'm sure some of y'all would probably jump that in the comments. And I hope y'all do. I love learning more as I go with all of this stuff. Just for some specs on the S11, I'll just sit this here so y'all can see this. If you need to read it more, go ahead and just pause it. But I'm definitely expecting a good upgrade, especially for turning the bigger tires. I have 64 millimeters on my son's rig, and I'm running 70s on mine. So here we go. I'm going to jump into it, get everything set up like I was saying, and then I'll get started on it for you. All right, so got the Emax steering servo off, and normally, like I was saying before, you can turn these quite easily with just your fingers, and until I'm putting a lot of pressure on it right there, and it does not want to move. So this one is definitely toasted. Luckily, it just either broke something on the inside. I don't know if the motor inside actually like burnt, but luckily if it did burn, it didn't like catch fire. and ruin the entire rock buggy. But now I'm gonna go ahead and we'll get the servo mount installed, and then we'll get the new servo installed and get everything put back together. So here we go. All right, y'all, so got that installed. Just kind of getting things moved around here. I'm gonna run the wire all the way to the back so I can get it hooked up. And then once I do that, before I install the steering horn, I'm gonna get the connector hooked up for the servo, and I'm actually going to power on the vehicle. That way it centers up the servo. That way whenever I put the steering horn on, it should be perfectly lined up, dead center. That way I shouldn't have any steering issues after that. So I'm going to get this wire ran through the body, kind of how I had the other one. Just kind of snake it through. And then on the back, let's just get it hooked up. Oops. All right. I believe that should be on there the right way. If not, I'll just have to flip it. I think that battery has some charge on it. I'm gonna grab the controller. That way I can test everything out before putting the steering horn on and connecting the steering arm. And then after that, I'll get the wheels put back on, and we can give it a test with the wheels on as well. All right, so I got the controller. Let's get that on. Turn the vehicle on. So, first thing I noticed big time, y'all might not even be able to tell that I'm doing anything, but you can see the servo turning there. This thing is quiet. Compared to how the E-Max is, this thing is quiet. I wouldn't have even known it was actually turning if it wasn't for the table vibrating from it. But that's quiet. So I got it all centered up. So now I'm going to get everything turned off, and I can put the steering horn on, get the steering arm connected back up, and we can get it all put back together. All right, y'all, so getting the final wheel put back on. Just got to get these pins put back in for the hubs. All right, and there it is. Got it all hooked up. You can see it has very easy movement. Looks really good sitting in there. Again, super, super quiet servo. Let me grab my other one real quick. See how much more you can hear that one compared to the new one. Way quieter. And it moves a lot easier too. So I'm definitely expecting this one to be a lot better when it comes to the steering. So I'm going to get batteries hooked up here. And I'm going to do a steering test of the Emax versus the new Injora S11. That battery might be dead. All right, I'm gonna grab a new battery for this. I'll be right back. All right, so charged up the battery, got a fresh battery in here. Got both of them set up. Got the controllers ready. So first I'm gonna start off with my buggy that still has the Emax. Like I said, I'm running 70mm tires on this one. It's pushing the Emax to its limits. My son's Emax burn up with 64mm tires. I'm actually surprised mine hasn't burned out yet. Be kind of funny if it did it during this video, but I don't think it will. But I'm just going to do a steering test real quick on the table here, and just kind of show y'all kind of how slow, really, I guess, the Emax is compared to the new S11 from Injora. I tested it out just a second after I put the new batteries in, and to me, it's a noticeable difference. Hopefully the camera picks it up as well, so y'all can kind of see how they look. But here we go. Let's start with the Emax here. Like I was saying before, you can hear it a lot more. It's a louder servo. It's still quick-ish. You know, it's definitely a better upgrade than the stock Axial servo, but it's not as strong as I thought it would have been whenever I first upgraded to it. And I didn't find out until after I upgraded to it from some people in a couple groups that it's not a great upgrade. But it helps for somebody looking for a cheap upgrade over a stock servo that might still be on stock-ish size tires, maybe just slightly bigger. I would definitely say the Emax would be a good start for somebody. But if you're getting into the crazier builds, way bigger tires, beadlock rims, heavier axles and all that, definitely go ahead and upgrade to a bigger steering servo. That way you don't, hopefully, I'm not going to say you won't, but hopefully you don't run into the issue that my son did with his, where it ended up breaking. So that was the Emax. Now here's the S11 here. Way quieter, way faster steering. I mean, that is super quick in comparison. It goes lock to lock way faster. So whenever you're up on obstacles and you need to kind of shimmy your rig over a little bit, this is definitely going to get you moved over. I mean, it's walking its way across the table right now just from sitting there. And I mean, that is quick. So I would definitely say that this Injora S11 is going to be a far better upgrade over the Emax. Hopefully this helps some of y'all make decisions on picking out a steering servo whenever it's time for you to upgrade. I got to get the other one thrown into my buggy now so I can get this Emax out of here. I look forward to putting these on the obstacle course. It's kind of buried right now, otherwise I'd pull it out and test it on the obstacle course for this video. But I'll make another video whenever I have both of them swapped out, and I'll definitely test it out and put a video up for that as well for y'all to see how this is whenever it's on some obstacles, getting some of the tires bound up a little bit to see how it pushes through. But that's going to be all for now with this upgrade. So hopefully this helps y'all out. I'm definitely impressed just for the little bit that I've tested with this S11. Again, it's a very good looking steering servo with the matching steering horn, as well as the mounting bracket for it that goes on the axle. Definitely seems to have a lot more power, and the sound of it, like I said, you know, you could hear it hopefully in the video, but compared to the Emax, the Injora S11 is way quieter. Not that that really matters for a lot of people, but in my head, I definitely like having the little bit quieter sound. You know, I got a brushless setup in my buggy, which took away some of the sounds that the motors make for the brush setups. But, you know, those are small things that don't really matter that much. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps me out so I can continue making more videos for y'all like this, as well as hopefully better ones in the future. Right now I have a battery charging up for my recent acquisition. I've primarily been going with 24th scale rigs, but the next one, it's going to be a big upgrade. So hope y'all look forward to seeing that. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out when I upload that video. And until next time, Bad Influence out.